have you heard about the viral Dubai chocolate? I mean, chances are you may have. There's people talking about it all over the internet. You know, you can't turn your head or swipe your thumb without someone being like, hey, have you tried this? I mean, I'm contributing to the problem right now. Well, I've been hearing a lot about it, as you might imagine, and I've been very curious because I like sweet things. So I wanted to try and find some. I wanted to try and give it a go, see what it was all about. But I didn't want to get it from just anywhere. I mean, yeah, I've seen like, is it like Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks have something going for this viral Dubai chocolate? Nah, that wasn't for me. And then I did see a booth selling it over at the Florida State Fair, but I was like, yeah, that's not really for me either. So I did a little bit of research, and I found a place, and I want to tell you about it because they have a lot more than Dubai chocolate, and we're gonna taste some of it today. You ready? I sure hope so. And let me tell you, this stuff looks amazing. Not just the chocolate. I mean, I want to try that because I want to try it, but everything else that I got today looks fantastic, and there's so much more that I want to try. So needless to say, we're gonna have to come back. Before we dig in though, I need to tell you a little bit about where we are. So the place we bought all of this deliciousness today is called Orlando Nuts. It's not too far from the Walt Disney World Resort and really just down the road from the Disney Springs area. In fact, we used to come here all the time every time we vacationed at Walt Disney World, especially when staying at Saratoga Springs, because in the plaza where Orlando Nuts is located, you'll also find a grocery store. There's a Chinese restaurant here right now. There's also a Papa John's. It's also in the general vicinity of a lot of other things you might find yourself wanting or needing. So there's a gas station called Wawa right down the way, and there's also a Walgreens, as well as various restaurants, and there's even some hotels out this way as well. So it's definitely good to know about, which, by the way, if you want to know addresses or any other information about any of these places that I mentioned, go ahead and check the description box because I'll include them down there. But all right, enough is enough. Let's see what we got here. And I'm starting with the whole reason I'm here, Dubai chocolate. This is a chocolate bar. It's got pistachio. Of course, we're gonna have to bring some home for Russ for that very reason. It looks lovely, but like I said, I've never had anything like this before. Oh, you can kind of see on the inside. It might be a little difficult. Let's take a bite. I think I know why everyone's talking about this, because the texture is just fantastic. Oh, that's really good. Now, outside of chocolates, there are a lot of other delicious looking treats at Orlando Nuts, to include one of the most popular Middle Eastern treats, according to the amazing woman that I spoke with today, baklava. Now, I'm familiar with baklava. It's delicious. I love it. But one thing that I didn't realize is that it comes in so many different shapes and sizes and textures, honestly. So there was no way I wasn't gonna get a little bit of a variety. Of course, I'm not gonna try all of them with you today, but I am gonna give this one a go, which is, it looks kind of like a nest. Of course, we have pistachios in here as well. Now for me, the star of the show with baklava, especially that piece I just had, is the texture. I mean, it's just so wonderful to eat. It's not too sweet, which I really like. Sometimes baklava can just be like really, really sweet. I'm not getting that with this. Also, I did try another piece a little bit earlier. That was great too. 10 out of 10. But okay, now we have to try the thing that, as it turns out, I was more excited about than the Dubai chocolate as soon as I stepped in there, and that is Turkish delight. I mean, you've probably heard about this, right? Was it part of the Chronicles of Narnia? I think. Well, anyway, I've seen Turkish delight before. I've never seen it look like this. So I got 4 pieces. They all just look so bright and vibrant and beautiful. We have to give them a try, right? So let's take a little nibble of all 4. Now, I picked 2 and she suggested 2. So let's start with the 2 she suggested because they're probably the better choices. I mean, I honestly had no idea what I was looking at. So we're gonna start with this one. It's green on the outside. Obviously we got some pistachio. It definitely looks like chocolate and nuts on the inside. Oh, I hope I don't make too much of a mess. That is heavenly. This tastes like an absolutely perfect fudge. Like, it's not too sweet. You know, sometimes you eat fudge and it's like Ugh, your teeth just feel icky. No. This is, oh my God, this is so good. It's gonna be so hard to not take multiple bites of these, but I do wanna share them with Russ. Now I'm gonna try the other one that she suggested. This one is like pink, and it kind of looks like a Swiss roll. Oh, it smells like strawberry or some sort of berry. Let's take a nibble. Wow. It's hard to describe this one. I mean, like, clearly it's berries and cream. Oh my goodness. This tastes so good. And again, not too sweet. It's like perfect. I'm absolutely loving this. But now we're gonna go into the ones that I picked, which honestly, one of them just looked interesting to me. One kind of looked familiar. So let's start with the familiar one, and then we'll wrap up with the one that I just thought was too interesting to not try. So this one kind of looks like nougat on the inside, and there's nuts in there as well. I don't know what the purple is about. I can't really smell anything in particular, but let's give it a go. So this one is a little bit more difficult to bite into for me, but don't let that fool you into thinking that it's hard or anything like that. I just struggle a little bit with my teeth. It's a thing. This one is really good. Not as good as the other two, but it's also a completely different thing. It's not very bold, nice and light, mellow flavors. I do like this. But now we have to try this one. Now I knew I wanted this the second I saw it. It looks like, I don't know, it's like red. We've got some pistachios, and I'm not sure what it is on the outside. But you know what? That's never stopped me. And honestly, it's things like this where I have the most fun exploring with food. I know I could ask, what exactly is this? But I like the mystery, so let's see what this is about. Okay, see? This tastes kind of floral, but not, you know? We've got the nuts in there, very mellow compared to the other two. I love this. Again, not too sweet. And for me, that's like the mark of a delicious sweet, you know? Which probably sounds counterintuitive, like, don't you want it to be sweet? Yeah, but I don't want it to be too sweet. I want to be able to taste the flavors and enjoy more of it than I probably should. All of these have done that. Oh my goodness, this was all so good. Now there was one other thing that I got from Orlando Nuts today that I want to try, and it's this. Now, remember how a little bit earlier I said I didn't ask any questions, I just picked up what looks good? I mean, this is a perfect example of that. There's no markings on this package. There was no marking on the shelf. I just grabbed it, and I'm gonna give it a try. Now, the receipt does tell me that this is a date bread. I love dates. So let's rip off a piece and see how it is. There we go. There's a little bit of date puree, it looks like, in here. Now to me, this is very reminiscent of Portuguese sweetbread. It's delicious. Sweet, but not too sweet. It's got that nice, like, airy texture. And then the date in here, love it. This is really good. Now when it comes to price, the baklava was $18.99 per pound and the Turkish delight was $17.99 per pound. The date bread was $3.49 and the Dubai chocolate bar was $8.99. And you know what? All of it was great. Though I will say that the Dubai chocolate, it didn't hold a candle to some of the other things that we had today. In fact, I really loved the Turkish delight, which is something that I've had before, but I've never had anything that was like this. This was amazing. So I'll definitely be back. And I heard that they're gonna have some special treats for an upcoming holiday here soon. So we might have to come and check it out. But until then, I'd love to know, have you ever tried anything like this? Do you have any favorites? And would you consider stopping in here during your next Disney vacation? Like I said, there are a lot of useful things in this area, which makes it the perfect excuse to stop in at Orlando Nuts. You know, we have the grocery store, gas station. Don't forget, I'll have all of that linked in the description down below. But for now, I think I'm off. Thanks so much for hanging out and having some snacks with me, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Until then, bye.